we took the view, given what the defense attorney was saying, where he was indicating that Mr. Taylor had in fact agreed to non-custodial when this was not so, and secondly, that he was going to instruct his client to withdraw, and he didn't do that. We took the view that in terms of the interest of justice, that given all of the circumstances of the matter, perhaps it would need to be commenced afresh in all the circumstances, because it left a very bad taste in the complainant's mouth.
Que pasa, suck, passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. Now, people, it is no secret that Jamaica is one of the most violent places, ranked between 3 to 5 most dangerous per mass of God earth. However, it seems as if these judges that are supposed to have sense, suppose being the operative word, them nana head, them nana sense, it seems as if they are throwing some sorts of sympathy party for these brutal criminals. And every day we get up, we hear the same thing. Where is the saying, let the punishment fit the crime? Where is the saying, these judges need to have teeth in these desperate times? The voice that you just heard, that is of the DPP, Paula Llewellyn. She was the DPP, or overseeing the DPP's job for a case that went through the courts, in which a 16-year-old jumped over the fence of a 17-year-old girl. 16-year-old boy jumped over the fence of a 17-year-old girl. He then passed that girl to him friend, so therefore she was RAPED, grievous SEXUAL assaults. When the case went to courts, the guy plea bargained through his lawyer. Then the case was supposed to go for sentencing. On that day, when the case was supposed to go for sentencing, they have the pre-investigation to check his background, stuff like that. And then there's an investigation, a report that was put out by the judge. Apparently, this judge, through some misunderstanding, through some communication with the defense lawyer for this youth, decided that he was going to get a non-custodial sentence. What that means, him probably will get probation, do him time house arrest. However, he would not see the big yard. He would not see a day in the big yard unless, of course, he violated that non-custodial terms of agreement. So this is the DPP now saying that a senior DPP that was on the case, he did not agree with the terms of agreement with the defense lawyer. As a matter of fact, the DPP said because they went into chamber, it was out of the presence of the stenographer, so therefore there was no sorts of documentation. The defense lawyer claims the prosecutor, Mr. Taylor, agreed to the fact that his client was going to get a non-custodial, no prison time sentence, unless, of course, he screwed up. Mr. Taylor, senior DPP, I said, no, me never said that. There is no sorts of documentation. So like I said, the defense lawyer wanted non-custodial sentence, of course. He is going to look out for the best interest of his clients. The prosecution objected. However, there was no sorts of record. So therefore, after the pre-sentence investigation for the suspects came out, and then the DPP read the report of the judge that he was going to give this youth a non-custodial sentencing, the DPP put down her foot and filed what they call a nolle prosequi. What that means is that the matter or the case is to be discontinued, and it will be addressed in a future date. Now, people, remember, this youth plead guilty. However, the crime is outrageous. him jump over the fence of the girl and then he make him friend do the same thing. So in other words, RAPE and SEXUAL, battery. So therefore, the two of them batch the girl. So the DPP say, no, that no make no sense. The sentence does not fit the crime. This is a disgrace. This is a slap in the face of the victim and the victim's family. The defense said, yes, the DPP, through Mr. Taylor, agreed to a non-custodial sentence for this youth. The DPP has said, nothing no go so. The defense lawyer claims that there was some sorts of agreements. However, the DPP's office, through Mr. Taylor, had objected to any such sentence. So therefore, there is a dispute in what was said in a court, and like I said, the stenowriter was not present, so therefore it was in the judge's chamber. No sorts of record of that. So the DPP said the rightful thing to do was to halt the proceedings and put it for a different day. Now when the defense lawyer hear that, him say, then I would not make my client plead guilty. I would have taken it to court, to trial. I would have objected to my client pleading guilty for such charges if he had known that he was not going to get any sorts of non-custodial. He might get locked up in a jail. Now people, don't you see that there is not much common sense or rational in a court? These judges know the situation, dire, desperate situation in a Jamaica as it pertains to violent crimes, as it pertains to MURDER, as it pertains to RAPE. This lawyer probably just doing his job. That is what defense lawyers do. They paint a picture of the devil, which is their client, and make him look Christ-like. However, what is the excuse for these judges? How is it that you're going to hear that a youth, 16, jump over the fence of a 17-year-old girl? He then passes her to his friend, or whether the friend was there, and decides him want fame peace. And then you are going to agree, you are going to look within yourself as a person that is supposed to be wise and think that that is appropriate. Where is the basic standard? Let the punishment fit the crime. People, if these people are not getting any sorts of money, taking any sorts of bribery, if I was a betting man, I would say that they are, because nobody should think that nonsensical, especially when you live in the present climate or culture of Jamaica, where you see that these youths are getting out of hand. Where is it that you're going to make any sorts of statements, send out a message out there for all the other aspiring young jump over fence youth that listen? If you do this, you're going to get time whether you plea or not. Point blank and period. Now people, isn't it becoming more and more obvious that the people that are supposed to keep us safe and secure, and even the judges who are supposed to be the gatekeeper, make sure that who's supposed to get locked up, who's supposed to stay out, make judgments on justice. They are a part of the problem. However, there's a top lawyer, his name is Bert Samuels. He had something to say about the whole situation. Take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
I think that the preservation of the dignity of the judiciary is being, as it were, put under a microscope now, and I'm not happy with it. There are conventions, which are not necessarily constitutional provisions or laws, which makes the system work, and respect from one arm to the other arm of the state must always be shown. But I think that in a practical way, out of respect for the bench, I think the cleaner and more tidy thing to have done is to allow the sentence to go and then take all these complaints, which sounds particularly meritorious to me. It is true that she would have had a very good case in the Court of Appeal. But to choose pulling it out of the hands of the judge, bad precedent.
Now people, like I said, Mr. Bert Samuels is a defense lawyer. So therefore he more than likely would have been on the side where he gets the benefit of the doubt of these fourfold nana-head judges. So therefore, his speech might be deemed as bias. However, what he said make a lot of sense, or some sense, but I'm going to say a lot of sense. He said that the DPP should have allowed the sentencing to go on, proceed, and then appeal it. He thought that, yes, that was a very low sentence for somebody that commit such a brutal crime as in rape and grievous sexual assault. However, he thought that the DPP's action was untidy. That is a nice way to say it was kind of boogayaga. He said that you should always maintain the dignity of the judiciary. It should be preserved. So therefore, you're supposed to save face for the judiciary, meaning the judge and the justice system on a whole, because now you put it in disrepute, you put it under a microscope. So in other words, Mr. Samuels is saying that the DPP pretty much took it out of the hands of the judge. She is setting a bad precedent. She pretty much diss and kick away the judge foot. She pretty much relegate him from his powers. She decided that she was going to use a separate judge other than him, because it seems as if him get a little food, him get a little money, or him bias, or his time has elapsed. He is of no more use, because it is not in the best interest of the victim or the victim's family, especially all that the victim has gone through. So people, let me ask you a question. Like I said, there is a simple mathematics formula. Let the punishment fit the crime. Where in this, two youth jump over the fence of a little girl, and then them want to get a sentence where them steer them yard. Them not see no type of jail time. Make that make sense to me. Make that be rational. Where is the common sense in that? Where is the justice in that? People, the DPP see it. However, it seems as if these judges, they are walking around with their eyes wide shut. That means that them blind, or them see and blind. Or there is something, there must be some sorts of body club as it pertains to these lawyers and these judges, where the things that make sense to us don't make any sorts of sense to them. But people, like I've said on several occasions, common sense is very uncommon, and it seems as if it applies to the judiciary and even worser the judges. The judge them fool, them nana sense, them nana head. They make very stupid decisions. And that is not supposed to be so. That is not their job title, description. And you would have thought that with all the crime and violence in Jamaica, the judiciary, meaning the DPP and the judge, would be in sync on one accord to solve this crime monster. But people, it seems as if there is some sorts of power struggle. It seems as if somebody is clearly being influenced by something that might be monetary. People, me no know, but something seems strange, and wherever there is smoke, there is always F-I-R-E. Jamaica is under immense F-I-R-E right now, by the judiciary, by the criminal minds, point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called Reasons for Celebration Whenever a Next Thief Bite the Dust. So there was an APB put out over the radio of the Popo in Manchester. It seems as if at least 2 culprits stole some sorts of white van or truck. The Popo heard that they were in Clarendon on their way to Manchester. So therefore, them put out the APB. The Popo responded. The Popo said, "Yo, squaddy, a long time you know take out some boy, you know. Them thieving boy in Manchester go on bad, especially Bitter and him friend them. However, me no unite with them." So anyways, them buck up on the vehicle on the porous main road. It is said that The popo jump out of the vehicle, flag down the vehicle. Oi boy, stop the vehicle. Obviously, it seems as if the two occupants that was in the vehicle, especially the driver, them hard ears, them deaf. But like me say, a hard ears make for a soft ASS. I will prove that point later on in this news. There was a big chase. The youth them na the van press pedal to the metal, try take for themselves. However, them crash by the Melrose bypass. Based on the popo side of the story, the two men jump out, blaze up some can off of the popo. The popo return like F-I-R-E. You already know the cliche script. Popo came on the F-I-R-E. They defended themselves, returned like F-I-R-E. After the smoke clear, it is said that the passenger in the vehicle jump out, run, take for himself, take bush. However, the driver was not so fortunate. The driver was touched up a couple of times, get a couple of can, courtesy of the popo. He was rushed to the hospital. Well, not really rushed, Turkey rush. However, he was pronounced like, call it, fully done student attending Jamal trying to speak the Queen's English very, very badly. Don't know if they seized any sorts of firearm or one of the persons that ran away took the next firearm from the man, but however the popo them say is a shootout. And we tend to agree in cases like this, especially when you got thief. If you got thief and violate people, wherever you get or where you deserve, it does not matter. The details is not important. We're just interested in the end result. Thief, D-E-A-D-I-N-G. Now people, like me say, these youths, I don't know what is wrong with them, but it seems as if they are never going to learn until them learn the hard way. This is a case in which Indicom is probably going to investigate. However, Indicom is not going to find anything. They have a couple of strikes against them. First strike, them went for got thief. Second strike, them alighted out of the vehicle and blazed up some can after the popo allegedly. So that's 2 strikes. 3 strikes, you know, say you're out. That means say out of here, out of life. So therefore, that is supposed to be a closed case. Hopefully closed casket, meaning that them get it in them face or in the vital organs. No sorts of coming back from that. Even if they were taken to the hospital, they should only be pronounced. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself.